we got a delivery. Let's go check out what just came. I seriously can't get over how light these shoes are. 187 grams? That's just insane. That just totally blows my mind. That's for my size 10.5 US men's. And guys, I'm looking forward to taking these guys out for a run pretty shortly. It's a little bit cloudy, a little bit overcast, so might be a little slippery, and because there's no rubber on the outsole here, it'll be a good test to see just how grippy they can be. Now, enough about the Atreus for the day. We'll talk about those later on in the weekend. Today's topic is all about how we're going to become better runners. Now, for me personally, when I think of myself as getting better as a runner, what does that mean? What is a good runner anyway? Well, I'm sure everyone has a slightly different definition, but for me, when I think of me getting better at running, I think of obviously getting faster. I think of myself feeling stronger when I'm out on my runs and feeling stronger when I finish my runs. I feel good in the mornings when I get up. I'm not hobbling about, my legs extremely tight, and it's just, I don't want to be cramping all about. That's not a good runner. I want to make sure that I'm getting up in the morning feeling fresh, feeling strong out on my runs, and being able to get that little bit faster, obviously. Speed equals good, right? Right? I think that's debatable in my eyes, but anyway. So yes, we want to become stronger, faster, better runners. So I sat back and thought to myself, how am I going to become a faster, stronger, less injury prone, just overall better runner? So I thought, why not define the type of runner I am? Now, this is something that is, again, very personal to everyone. You need to define it yourself. But when I was thinking this morning, I thought of 5 different types of runners and tried to categorize myself into those. So there's the distance runner, those people that like to go 5K, 10K, half marathon to 42 kilometers, those type of guys. There's a track runner who's really short, bursty, sprint type of guy. There's a recreational runner who may not even keep track of distance. They like to go out there, bop along, just have a good time, enjoy some nature. Then we have the competitive, ultra competitive athlete that, yes, can fall in that distance category and as well as the track category. And there's those people that just want to get out there and run for weight loss and fitness. And I guess those people could also fall into the recreational category, but I think they are a little bit different. So for me, I had to decide, what am I? And I have to say that I am more of a distance runner trying to become competitive. Right now, not competitive in the slightest, but we're getting there. We just have to take the steps, build on it brick by brick. That's what we're going for here. So I defined myself as a distance runner at the beginning stages, because right now, I'm not running much distance. The longest run I've done in the last little bit's like 6 miles. We're still building up. So I sat back and thought, okay, so what does a distance runner who hopes to be competitive look like? And I try to picture myself as that type of person and wrote down what I think they might do so I can kind of emulate them to also become a distance runner with a hopes to be competitive. So when I thought about that for myself, you're gonna have to do this for yourself as well, depending on what type of runner you categorize yourself as. Oh yeah, guys, if you think that I missed a type of runner, please make sure to leave it in the comment section down below. It might spark some thoughts for others down there. But yeah, so I wrote this list right here. There's a few things on here, so I'm just gonna name them off here. But so what goes into making a good distance runner who wants to be competitive? For me, I think that person would prioritize recovery. I think they'd be doing strength training, dynamic warm-ups. They'd have really good nutrition. For the most part, we're not perfect. I'm gonna still have my chocolates. That's just the case. They have a good aerobic base. So like I said, I was working on that over the last few months and I'm still have lots of work to do on that aspect, but I think it's time to start adding in some speed work. And yes, that's the next thing on this list is I think they would also incorporate speed work. They'd have a solid training plan. They don't just go out there and run random miles like I've been doing. They'd have a real plan saying you have to do this session on that day. You gotta make sure you're hitting these marks. That's how you become a competitive distance runner. But at the start, we're just gonna be distance runners, okay? And I think this is a really important one. Not making excuses. I'm extremely good at making excuses not to go out there and run. I'm a pretty anxious person. I'm not gonna get into all that stuff right now, but it's really easy for me to make excuses. So we gotta cut that out. come up with a strategy to not keep on making excuses. Now, this next part, I think this is equally as important as the last, and that is making goals for yourself. So we got to figure out, what are we working towards? What's the point of having a training plan if you don't have any goal in the end of the training plan? Do you agree? Do you think those are the kind of things that a distance runner would incorporate in their life? I think so. So after that, I sat down and thought to myself, okay, well, I can't just jump into this. How am I going to do this? How am I going to start incorporating these things into my daily life so I can start hitting those goals I want to do and become a better runner? So first of all, I want to come up with some running goals because, of course, we all know what's going on. There's no races, so you have to come up with your own goals if you want to stay motivated. So for me, I came up with 4 goals. Now, these aren't going to be achievable all at the same time, but I want to get a sub 20-minute 5K, a sub 42-minute 10K, a sub 140 21.1K, and this is one of the big goals I want to do is finish a marathon. I have not done that yet. That is kind of what I was thinking for my goals. Now let's flip to the other side of this page here. And how will I begin to become that better runner? How do I start implementing these things? So I've already started on the first one, and that is start to integrate strength training. So I've been listening to a podcast quite often and watching their YouTube video of strength running. I think that he has some great information, so anyone that wants to get some more information in strength training and just running tips in general, strength running is a great resource for you. So I've printed off the core strength routine, started doing that. We'll see, I'm sure I have some more stuff to learn, but it's going to be interesting to document how I feel as I go through these strength training exercises, as I progress through the months, and if I do notice a difference in my run form or if it's just a waste of time. Only time will tell. We got to put in the work. Next, I got to decide on a training plan. So I have a book called The Science of Running, and in that they have quite a few different training plans. I think I'm gonna pick one out. That's just what's on my mind right now. I don't wanna pay for one. I can't make up one myself right now because I don't think I have the skills, and I don't trust myself, quite honestly. So I'm gonna pick out a plan from that book and just follow that to a T. I'll share that with you guys once I decide on what I'm gonna do there. I'm gonna start incorporating more mobility work, and what does that mean? We're gonna start doing some dynamic warm-ups, which I have been pretty good at. Been pretty good at doing dynamic warm-ups before each and every run. I want to decide on a set dynamic warm-up routine that I do each and every time. Same routine each and every day, and I'll share that with you, of course, when I come up with that. Next, I want to make sure that I'm stretching and foam rolling. That is also going to help with mobility. Now, of course, yes, there's the controversy of does static stretching do more harm than good? I don't know. I find that it does help me, but that could just be all placebo. But I know for sure foam rolling, that's the creme de la creme. Now moving on to the next thing, cross training. This is up in the air right now. I'm not sure if I want to incorporate cross training right now or not. I think it would be a good idea just to even get on the bike for a little bit. So for those of you that don't know, I mean, it's kind of obvious looking back here, but my main sport before I got into a lot of running was triathlon. So I have a lot of the cross training background stuff if I need it. So that's an option too. And number 5, we can't forget about this. We got to keep on learning. Each and every day, I'm going to commit to myself to reading about new training methods, how to get my body stronger, the new running technology, the new things in the running world, and try to incorporate them into my running. Now, guys, this was a kind of a rambling video, and I'm really sorry. I'm pretty jazzed up and excited to start becoming a better runner. It's something that I've been thinking about quite a bit over the last little while. How am I going to actually start incorporating these things into my life and become the runner I want to be, really? I'm excited to start incorporating these things, guys. I really am. I want to be able to get out there and go running for long periods of time. I want to get out and enjoy the forest and I just want to feel strong while doing it. Running means so much to me. I'm not going to get into it all right now, but running has changed my life in so many ways. And I want to enjoy it. I just want to enjoy it each and every day. All right, guys, I'm sorry for all this rambling. I hope that you got something out of it. We want to become better runners together. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button right down below. Hope you have a fantastic day. I will see you in the next video, which was gonna do a first impressions of these guys. Alrighty, see ya later.